Hello friends, and welcome back to Scaling Stories. Today, I've got some more highly upvoted posts from Best of Redditor updates for you all. Like always, I'll be reading you the posts and giving you my opinions, and I'll also be working on building up my Minecraft world at the same time, so I hope you enjoy. Also, I'm currently only in Spotify's creator program, so watching on there would help me out a ton. Thank you so much for your support. Today's story comes from the Am I Overreacting subreddit. It was posted by Soul Knight XD on December 30th, 2025, and was titled, Am I Overreacting When I Refuse to Look at My Dad After What He Told Us? Hi Reddit, this is my first time posting in this community, so please bear with me. I'm 17, and my older sister, 21, is in a very messy family. I don't know what to do now that everything is messier, and I've been thinking about it too much. To start, my sister and I grew up knowing our parents fought often. Our dad isn't the greatest. When I was around 4 and my sister was 8, our dad cheated on our mom. And around 2021, our dad cheated again. My sister was the first to find out when she saw a text on his phone. Now, to the main point. It's been a while since anything messy happened. There are still some hiccups in our family, like our dad trying to fight us, but that was it. I thought everything would be just that. But yesterday, my sister and I were hanging out in her room, and we were having a good time. Our dad came into her room and said that he needed to tell us something. He told us that we have a little sister, not from our mom. The kid was from another woman. At that moment, I didn't know what to do. I was starting to cry because he proceeded to tell us that the kid was 3 years old. 3 goddamn years old. For 3 years, I thought everything would stop there. For 3 years, I thought everything would just be me, my sister, and my mom trying to get over him and his mistakes. He told us that we shouldn't tell mom yet, that he needed to be the one to tell her. Yesterday was also our grandma's birthday. Our dad brought the kid along and told us to bond with her. My sister told me that she couldn't even fathom trying to bond with the kid because it was just so sudden and that she can't do it. We were forced to take family photos with everyone and the kid. I couldn't even smile so happily because it was all too much to take in. I've cried over and over again. I've been thinking about how our other family members would see us when they already belittle my sister and me too much for having separated parents. Our dad tried to take photos with me, my older sister, him, and the kid. I genuinely didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be in the picture. I tried pulling away, but he just gripped my arm and forced me to be in that picture. It felt so wrong to be standing there with this kid I barely know. It feels wrong to see my dad be so caring towards this kid, to treat her so nicely when he didn't treat us like that when my sister and I were growing up. He called us names, cursed at us, and hurt us while he treated this kid like she had been there since the beginning. I can't bond with her. I don't want to because it feels like I'm betraying myself and my mom. Our dad owes us a lot. He failed at being a father. He failed at being a husband, and he had the chance to make it up to us, but it just feels like all his mistakes are falling on us. I've been thinking about whether I should have tried to at least talk with the kid, but I couldn't look at her. I can't even look at my dad. I've been thinking about whether I can even call my dad dad anymore. I don't know what to do anymore or how I should feel. It's eating at my conscience. So, please tell me, am I overreacting? Scaling Stories Corner. Jesus Christ, OP's dad might take the cake for the worst father I've read about, at least to my current memory. And my current memory ranges from, I'm not too sure, but he's definitely a piece of crap father. Like, it's not enough that he cheats on their mom and breaks the family apart like that, but to also have secretly hid a child for this many years, and then there's not even like a time period of like trying to ease the half sibling into everyone else's lives, which I don't even understand like what is going on here. How is this random 3-year-old appearing at grandma's birthday party and no one is questioning who she is? And because of that, what that tells me is that the person their dad is having an affair with is like a close family friend to the family, and they're like able to pass it off as their child. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. But it doesn't even matter if I'm wrong. It probably is the case. But yeah, OP's dad just forces this half-sibling into their lives and expects them all to be best friends. And the forcefully grabbing OP part made me like sick. Like, this piece of human garbage doesn't even care about anyone except himself and his side family. His first family could probably die in a ditch for all he cares, as long as they're making his side family happy. And I know OP is only like 17 at the time of writing this post, and I don't know what financial situation their mother is in, but I think she deserves the truth no matter what. And everyone should keep this father out of their lives because I don't see any redeeming qualities that he can possibly have as a parent. Like, he can go be a parent to his second family and leave OP's family alone. Now, here are some of the top/relevant comments from the original post. Commenter 1 says, "You need to tell your mom." OP says, "I want to, but I don't know what the outcome will be. We still live with our dad, and I don't know what he might do, not only to me, but to my older sister as well." Commenter 2 says, "Your feelings are absolutely valid. You don't owe anyone a relationship just because a parent says so. Your father is looking for a way to get past looking like the deadbeat dad he is and a monster. I'm so sorry you're going through so much at 17. You can't make someone change to what you want, but only you can change how you react to it." Update 5 months later. Hello everyone. It's been a while since I interacted with this sub. A few months back, maybe around January or February, I overheard my dad talking to his kid on a call. He asked if she liked the toys she got and said that they were from our cousins. Our family knows about this kid. They knew, and they gave her old toys and clothes from their now grown kids. This made me feel even more frustrated than ever. Not only is he telling this child to call my sister and me big sisters when we don't want to, but our family on our father's side knew about her. And today, while I was washing the dishes, I heard him talking to his kid, and he was talking to his mistress. He was still in contact with this woman through the kid. I admit that this sounds like I have such a grudge against him, and that makes me sound like I'm making him look like a monster, but he's still a man who failed my mom, my sister, and me. My sister and I tried hinting to our mom about the kid, asking her questions about how she would feel if she found out that dad has a kid other than us. All she said was that she's long over him and that if he does have one, then it's not her business anymore. I'm still mad. I have incomprehensible feelings. I want out. But for now, this is my update until he actually tells our mom about his kid himself. Now here are some of the top/relevant comments from the update post. Commenter 1 says, "Not overreacting. A sibling he hid from you but told the rest of the family about sucks. But I'm confused. Are your parents still together? He sounds like he was an abusive father to you and your sister. If your parents are no longer together, have you thought about staying with mom and cutting your dad off or going low contact?" OP says they aren't together anymore. We used to live together with just our mom, but we had to move out of the apartment because of the rental costs and tuition fees. She lives somewhere else with low rent because her work is far away. We can't move with her because our university is in a different city. Commenter 2 says, "Not overreacting. Just a question. How long have they been separated?" OP says, "Since 2021, but not legally divorced." Commenter 3, downvoted, says, "You're overreacting. It's his life. It happened. There's a kid here. He has to co-parent. You need to get over it." OP says, "He can co-parent all he wants, but using 'it's his life' makes it sound like this is fine. No, it isn't. It's hard to get over it. Like my mom, because I looked up to him. I gave him so much hope before he told us he had a kid outside of our family. I believed I was healing, and then he dropped that bomb on us. The amount of hurt he gave is hard to accept every single day." OP says to another downvoted commenter, "It is also our issue. I grew up thinking he's the greatest man alive. That idea shattered the minute he hit me on the head and yelled at me that I was a demon child when I was acting like a child back then. It's not resentment. I simply cannot accept the fact that I have a sister outside of our family. I will come to terms with it someday, but not right now. There are so many things happening in my family that I specifically did not talk about. He wonders why we don't talk to him properly, and he wonders why we lost respect for him. Our mom works herself to near death, forgave him once, and he still cheated on her. He will stay in contact with his other family because that's his responsibility, but once my sister and I had grown up, he never cared for us anymore as he did for his family. Now, that's why it hurts so much that I'm furious. He made a mistake with our mom and made a mistake with us. Our mom doesn't care, but my sister and I do because we're still hurting." Commenter 4 says, "Not overreacting. You are choosing your father over your mother by not telling her about his kid. Tell your mother. She deserves to know." OP, downvoted, says, "I want to tell her so badly, but now is not the moment. I'm graduating in my senior year of high school. I will tell mom, but not now." Commenter 5 says, "Do you think she'll be grateful that you waited? You don't think she'll feel even more betrayed, as you do, realizing people knew and didn't think you deserved the truth?" OP says, "There are things that I've told her so late that she will ask why it took so long to tell her. She never once criticized or hated us for that. The one who should have told her shouldn't have been me or my sister. It should have been our dad when he found out. My dad's family never told us because we're viewed as poor kids without anyone to rely on. She will be upset. She will get mad, but the last thing she'll do is condemn us. This whole comments thing is encouraging me to tell her as soon as she gets home or when she's not exhausted. I'm sorry. OP adds an edit to her post. I apologize for making it sound like I'm mad at the child. No, I am not. It's just that I do not understand how to feel about her. I still can't accept that I have a sister outside of our family, but this is the reality I have to live in. OP adds a second edit to her post. I'm sorry for all the comments telling me that I should tell her. This is pressuring me to tell her even more. Those are fine, but blatantly attacking me isn't helping. I see who you take after. Way to prioritize yourself over your mom. That isn't fine. I'm still 17. I'm still a minor. I'm constantly under a lot of pressure. If you do not want to understand or read the last post, then please don't attack me. I'm sorry. Second update, 2 days later. Okay, to start, I want to thank the people who tried to understand and the people who have told me to tell our mom. It encouraged me enough to talk to my sister about it. To those who are attacking me and claiming I'm siding with my dad and betraying my mom, no. I am not siding with the man who made our lives worse. And no, my mother did not think she was betrayed. The other morning, I felt this heavy feeling in my chest, and I had to talk to my sister about it. I told her that I could no longer hold in the pressure crushing my chest and that I wanted to tell mom so badly about the child. Someone in the comments of my last post pointed out that 6 months was too long, and they were right. Those 6 months have been difficult, and not telling my mom has been eating at my conscience. My sister told me to call her, and we could tell her together. We called our mom and told her the situation and how it made us feel. We told her that it's been hard to tell her because she was so stressed from work that she got sick often because of it, and that we didn't want to burden her even more. She told us that she had expected this long ago, when things started falling apart, and that whatever was bothering us would never burden her. She said that our dad has a life now that doesn't involve us, so he shouldn't be in ours. She didn't condemn us, just told us that we're wasting tears on a man who doesn't care anymore, that we should focus on our studies and graduating, that our dad, his kid, and his mistress will never stop us from doing better in life, and that he's just another curb that will pass. She told us to wipe our tears away and be brave for her and ourselves. After the call, I realized that I was still trying to forgive him and give him hope, that I was wasting my forgiveness on someone who will never treat us like he treats his new child. She's my sister, regardless of what I do, but our mom told us that we just have to accept it and that it's our choice whether we do or do not want a bond with the child. Today, we're staying with our mom in her apartment, which is far from our dad. She talked to us about what will happen. She's now in contact with an attorney and will be talking to our father about the properties and legal separation. She told us that she wants to liquidate the properties, so my sister and I will have financial backing, so what she owns will not be given to our dad's illegitimate child, and that what's hers is ours and ours alone. Our mom is working hard with the attorney to settle everything. Our mom made it clear to my sister and me that if our father cared about us, he wouldn't be like this. But the harsh reality is that even at the beginning of their marriage, he refused to settle for what he already had. They will be separating, and that is for the better. My sister, my mom, and I deserve to be free from his problems and his family, who belittled us. Once this is over, we won't be interacting with our father's side of the family and possibly him. They've made fools of us, and we're over it. Tomorrow will be a new day, and it will be a fun swimming trip. Before I end this, I just want to say that if someone you know is going through this, or you're going through this, just know that it will get better. You can take your time, and you can speak up once you're ready. You don't need to force it out if you have fears, as I did. Just know that when things feel secure and you finally have enough courage to speak up, do it. We all move at our own pace of recovering and moving on. No one can tell you when to react because maybe a problem hurt you so much that you refuse to speak up until you know you're safe. There's nothing wrong with prioritizing yourself, especially if you're still young like me. You don't need to grow up fast or grow a spine. Make sure you're safe. Always. It's been hard, but things will get better. This is my final update at the moment. Thank you for reading. Scaling Stories Corner. I really like OP's mom's mentality towards the whole thing. She's like completely written off any feelings or thoughts she might have had about her ex-husband, so literally anything he does won't affect her mentally anymore. I think if I was OP, I would try to do the same thing towards the dad and his side of the family. And also, I don't think it's the half-sibling's fault, but I think it would just be hard just trying to interact with the kid, even though literally they've done nothing wrong. And of course, I don't think they should be punished for it, but not interacting with them is not a punishment. I think it's just like life. Like, OP's dad is a serial cheater, and I'm not sure if he was with this specific mistress when he was still with OP's mom, but regardless, he kept that family hidden for 3 years while treating OP and the rest of the family like crap. So I think it's normal to not want to have any interaction with the second family at all, and it's not like punishment or anything, or like making it the kid's fault. Third update, 3 weeks later. Hello everyone. This might be my very final update. For starters, I want to point out that someone reposted my story in Best of Redditor updates, and I saw many people talking about my gender and whether this story is fake because of the slip-ups. No, this is a real thing going on at the very moment. As for the gender part, I use the term guy as a gender-neutral thing. I am actually trans-masc, but I haven't come out to any of my parents, and only my sister knows. I don't really make a big deal out of being misgendered. I used big sisters because, in my language, our dad said MAGA 8. That's a big hint for where I'm from. It's been a while, but here it goes. To start, our dad has been kicked out of our house and no longer lives with us. He has attempted to send texts to me and my sister, asking for forgiveness and showing self-pity by saying, I shouldn't have done that. He's done this before, and we aren't falling for it. We also cut contact with our relatives on our father's side and left all of their group chats in order for us to move on. There have been so many things that got uncovered, so here's a list. Everyone was right about our dad being borderline abusive. Our uncle, dad's brother, refused to give the photos with the child and us to our mom. Our dad has brought his child and mistress to our home when we were living in an apartment. We only knew because his mistress used a profile picture of herself with the inside of our house in the background. My sister and I once saw a kid's toy that wasn't one of our old ones in my bedroom when we stayed over. Our dad lied and cried to the attorney about our mom abandoning us and selling the house, even though she didn't say anything about it or about abandoning us. He sold his van, and the money from it didn't go to my sisters and my education. He tried making our mom sign a paper so that the other van, that was in our mom's name, could be fully his. He was gone the day before my birthday because he was visiting his newborn kid. Our dad's mistress tried contacting me, now being used as evidence against dad because we got the mistress's and child's names. And finally, our mom hired a private investigator. To clear things up about our mom abandoning us as well, that is simply not true. She works a physically demanding job, and her work location currently is really far from where we're living. She's living near where she works because it's easier to travel when she's exhausted, but she comes home to us when she can. She's now looking for a new job so she can be with us all the time. She also admitted being worried the whole day after we called her, crying about the truth. She said that she couldn't focus on work, and that was the reason why she asked us to go on a trip with her. For the private investigator, our mom hired one because she heard from our dad's relative that he's been allegedly paying for a house for his child and mistress. Our mom is now pushing for annulment instead of legal separation, financial support, and adultery. Everything has been feeling heavy, but at the very moment, I feel happier, free, and safer. The same goes for my sister. I have cut contact with him and ignore his pity texts. I also finally graduated from my senior year of high school, and I'm finally heading to my first year of college. We're only waiting for the trial, which we were assured would be a win for me and my family due to the evidence against our dad. Until then, this is the ending I can bring. Thank you for following this journey with me. Scaling Stories Corner. So, wow. I guess I was kind of too naive to think that the things that OP's dad did before didn't have an impact on their mom. Because, I don't know, she kind of had me fooled, but I guess she was kind of putting on like a brave face in front of her kids when she was on call with them in the previous update. Because reading that she broke down afterwards, like, had me feeling so bad for her. And like the dad and his side of the family are actually so garbage and malicious. So it's good that OP and his or his sister or their sister. I'm not sure what pronouns go with transmasc. I think I've only heard trans man and trans woman before, but transmasc also sounds like it's similar to trans man. But then in my head, like the logic goes, if that's the case, then why would there be a different term like differentiating them? And I'm not sure. The only time I've ever heard mask as a word is like when people have said like mask for mask. Well, at least I think OP says he or oh my I mean they said they don't feel bothered from being misgendered, and I originally thought OP was originally a she because they said big sisters in one of the previous updates. But anyway, it's good that OP and their sister have fully cut contact with their dad and like his garbage side of the family, and they can just focus on living the best lives for themselves now because all that unnecessary like family drama, like honestly, screw that crap, right? Now here are some of the top/relevant comments from the update post. Yo, just a by the way, the update post barely had any comments, so I went to go get comments from the Best of Redditors update thread, and it's kind of the same because people read the latest update and they also comment about it. So it's pretty similar. It was just sourced elsewhere. Commenter 1 says, FYI, for anyone who might wonder about why the mom isn't divorcing the dad, divorce is not legal where OP lives. Annulment or legal separation are the only choices, and the former can take a long time. Commenter 2 says, once I realized they were Filipino, it all clicked. Divorce being illegal is such a danger to, primarily, women. Commenter 3 says, too many people were giving too much credit to the dad for trying to co-parent. Good co-parenting doesn't require trying to rope your older children into having a relationship with the affair baby whose existence you dropped on them out of nowhere. Cheating on your child's parent is also a betrayal of the child and the family unit. People who act like it has nothing to do with the children are insane. Okay friends, so that concludes today's video. Leave a like and comment down below to let me know what you thought of it, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.